that is going to be that. So the Ornn locked in, certainly a power pick for Rascal in the past, but he's been stepping away from it, opting in for more Malphite-esque tanks on the top side of the map, which I have been enjoying, but this is all right. And it's now Gen.G that have themselves a very standard scaling front-to-back comp.
Well, it does look like Gen.G have a much more hard wombo combo engagey team composition this time around. SANDBOX still with a lot of scaling. Corki and Aphelios.
Yep. And a lot of team fight as well with the Jarvan and the Slicing Maelstrom synergy, or I guess counter synergy, depending on how you look at it and how it's actually employed in the game. But you can see it feels a little bit more cohesive on the side of SANDBOX, although their last comp, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just a little bit too late game for what was being provided, and maybe the Jarvan's going to add some extra early game oomph to get them over the line.
Well, we'll see what they can manage to do. This one should be a lot easier for the bot lane to play out, and that can definitely cause a lot of interesting things. However, now the mid and top lane are going to be a little bit more susceptible all around.
I do like the Ashe and Ornn's menagerie, though, because you've added, you know, Ornn up there as well to join Ashe in raising these animals, but you've also added a ram in there as well. So theoretically, there's 6.
Ashe is the zookeeper.
Yeah, definitely.
In this game, she even has a hawk.
And Ornn is like, I think his name, he's a ram wrangler, isn't he?
The Forge God.
I mean, I know theoretically he's Forge God, but he's also a ram wrangler. So it does fit into more of this zookeeping style of composition.
Do you think Ornn and Volibear being on the same team and trying to win together is like Goku and Vegeta?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well,
Clid's having a bit of a dance.
That sounded like a Pokemon.
It really did.
Yeah.
It's a Pidgey. It's actually a Pidgey. Is it a dance or is he just sleeping? Because he starts off 100% sleeping.
I'm not totally sure. Okay, well.
Okay. Headbanging. That's all right. We're going to have a look at some of the runes here. Press the attack, Volibear. Clid's going in. As you can see. Bit of Predator for the Jarvan. The new and improved 10-12 Predator. And Clid's at least going to be running around the river quite effectively. And after he uses his summoner spells, thanks to the Nimbus Cloak. There's Kabbie and Root just going to check their way through this brush. And we'll discover Ruler. Throws in a volley. And SANDBOX relegated from this entrance to the lane.
Well, Clid is going to be doing a solo start here.
Yep.
Yep. It's going to be maybe full clearing here on Volibear. Has pressed the attack, Celerity, and Nimbus Cloak. And so Volibear is basically the same family tree as Set and Olaf in the jungle.
Okay.
Set is the strongest late game of the 3, with Volibear being arguably the strongest mid game. And then obviously all 3 of them having a lot of early game potency that approach things pretty much in a similar way. Olaf's the fastest clearer of the bunch.
Yep.
But yeah, and it's just sort of how they are. So
a little bit more dive potential on a Volibear as well, given that ultimate. But we'll see whether that Stormbringer is going to be working out here for the Volibear. First time we've seen it in the jungle here in the LCK, but of course you guys who have been watching other regions know that Volibear has certainly been partaking in the jungle. Root and Kabbie not doing too awfully, as that hook is going to find that minion, and Ruler's looking for an angle on the volley. Doesn't actually find it onto the enemy champions, but clearing out minions is what the aim of the game is for this point in time.
Volibear just with the full clear, and you can see OnFleek, he comes in there, he checks on the Raptor camp, sees that it's not there. Now, unfortunately, because of what's happening in mid lane, I don't think OnFleek's going to be able to do Crab to Crab. And I'm actually really surprised that Ruler and Kellin didn't just go up and get it.
Yeah, probably should have.
Yeah.
As Clid's going to find OnFleek. Sky Strike not going to be getting any damage or slows onto OnFleek there, as he's going to get himself into the Shelly's pit. I'm going to go back home, try and grab those first couple of items. Cull start here for Summit. I like it. Noggery-esque maneuver.
BDD just trying to come in, poking the Corki down. His mana pool is very low right now. OnFleek, Predator boots have been completed. We'll see if Ruler actually uses a spell this game. Apparently he did not use one in the last game.
Ruler?
Yeah.
He didn't use a spell, ever?
Did not use a spell.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
I saw a lot of spells used.
Yeah, but apparently he didn't use one.
Ah. Well, that's very perplexing.
Yeah.
Well, Clid's going to look to try and steal this one away. OnFleek lying in wait, wants to try and get a smite, I guess, onto the big one. Not going to be able to do so, as Clid's just going to happily walk away with everything, as you can see. Kellin in here is good old Tahm Kench, just trying to stop Kabbie from freely walking back into the lane. As, okay, Root gets himself a Graviton, and OnFleek's going to move his way down, but completely within the knowledge of Gen.G is Kabbie getting in position to try and find a hook. Might be able to find one, as now we've got a flag and drag to get OnFleek behind the enemy. It's going to be taking the enemy side Sir Grompulus.
Yep. Well, OnFleek is not going to be able to really find anything super early on. Clid does recall. Oh, man.
Is this just going to be...
Yeah, Kellen's just threatening to devour it.
Yep, and it's going to lose its patience, so at least the timing is going to be there, as Summit had teleported back towards the top lane. And Rascal has really evened out the CS here. You can see he's going to go back as well, looking to complete his Catalyst when he can. But just going to recap on some consumables, things like that. Catalyst does actually come in.
The other thing about this is that Jarvan, with the Predator boots, he's not finding anything, but also his laners aren't really doing him any favors on the Jarvan. And we talk about this a lot on the broadcast, that laners do not manipulate their lane states relative to their jungler's paths. And when you play a champion like Jarvan, you go Predator, you really need that to be happening, because otherwise you're just going to end up getting consistently out-farmed and not having... I don't even know what he's looking for there, honestly. You know, that's...
Maybe Azir. But of course, Azir's not going to be anywhere near this particular minion wave. There's nothing really to do. And Clid, he's going to move on over. You can see Rascal gets a really good shove out here towards the top lane, and that's going to result in a lot of added pressure that Gen.G are going to have available to them. No big leads here for anyone. You can see it's going to take some time before Fate reaches his relevant point. He started with a tier. It's of course very standard, but not going to be giving you nearly as many battle stats as, say, a Sheen start would have been. Root and Kellin having a better time down here.
Yeah, much better than
Root
in...
Kabbie, sorry. Kellin, of course, remember, was Root's former partner on Jin.
Honestly, Clid really is the police in this game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just decimating OnFleek here. And he's... Clid is very close to level 6. OnFleek's still 4.
Oh dear. No, that's level 6. That's a 2-level advantage.
Yep, it's a 2-level lead.
And he might be stealing away a blue buff here as well, which would be catastrophic. I'm going to have a look at that. As
oh,
man. Yeah, OnFleek is very close.
Oh, Kennen.
Oh, dear. This is going to be a pretty comfy dive, but not going to be able to get knocked up here, as there's the flash. And I'm sorry, Summit, but you are well and truly dead.
Yeah, and I mean, you see his giant wave, it's pushing away from Ornn. You know that Volibear's in close proximity. You know that you can just get flash queued on by Volibear, and then you will be dead, because it'll give Ornn the way to kill confirm you, or the invert happens. Ornn starts it, and then Volibear gets you. You can't escape with flash. So, OnFleek needs to help Kennen shove out the wave, because otherwise he's just going to get frozen on, he's going to go down 2 levels himself. So, the only thing that they are doing, though, is they're on point with the Dragon Capture here.
Well, that's a devour. Very, very comfortable, as Kabbie's going to get volleyed. Rule actually finding Root with that one as well, who does have great weapons for this fight. Moonlight Vigil comes in. The arrow's going to land. Oh, no, OnFleek has put Root in the way of the arrow as now BDD gets the flash so easily. Scoops up a double kill for Ruler, and in the meantime, the top side of the map is going to be taking down Shelly.
Well, this is going to be the Rift Herald getting picked up by Clid. I don't know what Summit's playing with fire a little bit. Just going to end up backing off. Rascal is going to recall. Probably has a Negatron cloak available for him. OnFleek is going to come down here and absorb a lot of the minion EXP because he was falling further and further behind inside of the jungle. And this is at a point where EXP sticks really hard. So Ornn comes out, and this is what I mean. Your hand's going to be forced by either the large person from inside the mountain, Ornn, or the
armored bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bad news. Bears.
Bad news, Bears. I was thinking the same thing. Flash is out of the way.
Yeah, but allows Root to just get completely slammed by the arrow. And that's the beginning of the end as we have a look at BDD making his way in, gets himself to a safe position. And then everyone's dead.
Yep. Saying let's just get him. Yep. Asking for a spell check as well.
Now make sure you have good spelling.
Yeah. Almost has the Nashor's Tooth complete. Kennen going for the Proto Belt, but it's going to feel quite bad even when he does end up completing it because he is pretty even in lane here with this Ornn, which is not the situation that you want to be in. Also, OnFleek is going for Tank Jarvan.
He always does. He is definitely a fan of the Tank Jarvan. Summit, though, interestingly, has gone for the Conqueror Kennen, seeing almost only Unsealed Spellbook for the Kenny. This time around wanting a little bit more power as BDD just, shifts his way out. Clid's going to grab himself a turret plate. And no harm, no foul. Well,
Hawk shot.
A foul.
Coming out. And yeah, I think that this is another double kill.
Well, we'll see.
Volibear has ult. They're just going to wait for Volibear.
The walking over going to make his way in. Okay. Let's see how clean it's
kill.
going to be, though, as there we go. Goodbye, turret. Not going to be doing anything there. As Root trying to 200 years BDD, but there are not enough. As Fate comes in and may have actually sealed it as BDD holding onto a minion wave. He's in an uncomfortable position. There's the Emperor's Divide, though.
Oh.
We knew the BDD was going to go down, and oh my god. The throw is hectic, but Kellin may have just saved it here as Clid. He's running on in. They're looking for OnFleek, who will take the Lantern. Tongue Lash comes in as well. And I believe in the end it is a 2-for-2.
Yeah. But, I mean, it still ends up being a victory because you pull so many members down to the bottom. And they walk away with Volibear getting back to his jungle. OnFleek going to have to be recalling. We take a look at how this transpires. And the ultimate by Clid comes out. And, I mean, this execution by Gen.G is a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
Pretty much all around. BDD knows that he's dead no matter what to OnFleek, and so he goes for his last stand to try to shove the SANDBOX members into his teammates. And I don't know what they're doing by trying to... Volibear's there.
Yeah.
So he's running into Fog of War to just have all of his life deleted.
Well, Ruler and Kellin get back to lane. You can see already Ruler has built up a couple of waves in CS advantage. As Root's still doing Aphelios things.
Yep.
It's just hasn't looked quite as impressive as it did in week 1 especially. BDD with a very, very fast Nashor's Tooth. Coming back to the mid lane with that one as Kabbie just getting rid of blast cones where he can. Mountain Drake going to be spawning in 35 seconds. His arrow is going to connect. And Clid and Kellin are going to turn up. No one's going to be taking that particular Lantern. And now OnFleek says, no. This is not where I want to be. And Ruler and Kellin are going to pick up a whole bunch of plate gold as Shelly is making her way forward. Fate is going to get pushed back. And how many Valkyries do you have, my friend? Not enough is going to be the answer. As look, might be able to get over. As one auto was not enough as Clid. He's trying to canter his way forward. Skystrike not going to be able to find them, and now he's going to face check OnFleek, who's just getting the hell out of there because Clid is too scary.
And looks like, okay, they're just going to leave the red buff. Clid is going to pick that up for himself. That was a very close call. BDD did manage to almost get that kill. It seems like there's a fight in the mid lane.
Yep, this time OnFleek taking a bit of a beating from the Sand Soldiers. Now Clid going for another dive as Kabbie's going to flash, puts down the box. Root's just destroyed though. Mauled to death by a big bear.
Honestly, it does seem like Gen.G have found the route to victory here in this game number 2. They seem to have really measured it out well, with Ruler being really well positioned here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Almost like it was fate.
I think it was the summit of Korean League of Legends that we're witnessing at the moment. Yep. Okay.
Really on point here.
I'm really glad you didn't say OnFleek. I don't know. That makes it even worse.
Trying to be a rascal.
All right, BDD he goes everywhere. Going to use that ultimate as OnFleek takes a little bit too much damage. BDD also getting poked out by Summit. You're not going to be diving him at this point in time. No summoner spells to come out from the jungle or top lane of SANDBOX, so not too much to worry about there. But BDD also didn't have to use his. Arrow. Goodbye.
Honestly, I have a feeling that... Now, you notice the color of the arrow.
Yeah.
And you notice that so many they keep going.
Oh no, call the police. The ulti comes down so clean as Root. Yeah, that's a Moonlight Vigil that you probably don't want to tell your friends about. And the burly Bash Bros in the Volibear Ornn combo is just frightening.
Well,
the Freljordian Doom Squad.
This is definitely not looking like a very good game here for SANDBOX. They're just getting pulverized.
Do you want any control words, by the way?
Try to zoom in, which is a thing that you can try to do against Thresh Lantern.
He might have rebounded his mouse wheel.
Yeah, that could be a thing, for sure. As, it is just a party in bot lane. OnFleek is about to die.
Yeah, didn't really want that stopwatch anyway.
And honestly, how generous. They managed to...
Okay, BDD not opting in for this one, as somehow they don't instantly die from that slashing mouse. Ruler kiting it out, gets the triple kill! As Fate must have assumed that he had that one in the bag, but unfortunately, he just joins the wallet of Ruler. His kiting today has looked amazing. Just vintage Ruler.
Now, the one thing I wanted to, mention to you. Now, you notice that Ruler keeps shooting his Ashe arrows off the map.
Yeah.
And you notice the color of the Ashe arrows.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So, he's trying to summon the next Zoe skin. Have you seen that one?
Oh, Prestige. The Prestige arrow to go and find the Zoe? Is that what it's doing?
I think that's exactly what's going on here.
Okay, let's have a look at this fight once again. As, Kabbie just gonna die. It's gonna be the start of it. Ruler didn't really mind about what was going on. There's now BDD's fighting Fate and OnFleek. The flash comes down. Oh, Fate just out of range of the Sand Soldiers. It's going to keep him alive. Good flash comes in there and BDD wastes his. So a lot of scrapping going on. Gen.G's still ahead by a country mile. But still some fun stuff happening as Root's getting autoed down. He is so far behind, guys. Over 40 CS. Another arrow is going to land. But nothing really to come of it, as they do need to start respecting these volleys. And Ruler and Kellin are very, very happy. Ruler's just so free to do whatever the heck he wants because there's a Devour just chilling.
Yep.
And,
gonna be able to just get devoured.
Haven't seen that many Tahm Kenches recently, so it gets exciting when you see a hook and then you remember Tahm Kench.
Well, I thought Kabbie was gonna take it and they were both gonna die.
Well, that would have been fun.
That's what I was half expecting. But not going to have anything happen. The gold lead continues to extend here.
Kid Icarus taking down that turret in the mid lane. And Clid just going to clean up Shirley. As no defecting this time around. Both Shelly and Shirley on the same team. And the bear is just going to try and swipe her down. Going to get there pretty comfortably. See, as far as farm is concerned, it's only really Summit that's in the lead on the side of SANDBOX. And that's half to be expected anyway. Abyssal Mask completed here for Rascal, who's moving towards level 13 very soon. Experience, having a look at it right now, actually not very soon. He's still got a fair way to go. As Ruler has definitely the most gold in the game right now, as BDD pretty far away alongside Fate and Summit.
Well,
Wow,
the
Rule
Unconscious
almost has
Devour.
double the money that Root has.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Well, if you take a look at the replay, BDD, he sets up a retreating Sand Soldier and then tries to just fight. OnFleek manages to get back over the edge. And I guess BDD doesn't have the Azir turret?
Yeah, that might have been on cooldown.
Yeah.
Also might have thought that Clid was going to get there at a similar time than OnFleek, but probably not, because of course Flag and Drag exists. You don't have one of those as a Volibear, so a little bit of a whoopsie when it comes to both junglers turning up to the fight at the same time. That was never going to happen. Cloud Drake going to be available in 5 seconds time. Earth, Wind, and Fire is upon us, and that should be taken instantly by Clid and Ruler.
The Fabled Book has been completed by Summit.
Beautiful.
And other items, I mean, Righteous Glory on Volibear is very good. Helps him get onto the targets and stick.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
He's going to flash into the Ornn.
Well, that was bounce.
Doesn't work out. Yeah, it's a bounce house. And Ruler finding the arrow means that they are easily able to guarantee that kill. This is looking real sad for SANDBOX.
Yeah. This is 2 games in a row, very, very similar fashion. They can never really get anything started, and everything just keeps going really bad. And, I mean, I'm trying to think of something nice to say.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling that. Do you know how you say something nice? Just talk about Gen.G.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do it.
I don't like being accused of bias when there is none. And this is just catastrophically
Maybe talk about
unfortunate. Ah, okay. So, I mean, if I could, I would give Chovy Player of the Game here.
Yeah, that's definitely not biased. I think you've nailed it. All right, let's have a look at this one again. As, yep, the layer of CC, pretty ludicrous. As I believe that was yet another kill going over to Ruler. As we come back to live, nothing really to talk about. Might of the Ruined King going to be available for Ruler in 1 level's time out of Rascal. Still needs to complete his Forgefire Cape, but he's very, very close. Just that recipe to complete. And we do have a Muramana on the Corki. He's scaling.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of AoE here for SANDBOX, and they still do have a great scaling comp.
Yeah, they do. And Aphelios can always try to do the 200 years. The thing is that Kennen's just really out of the game for the foreseeable future because he's not going to be accruing that much gold.
Yeah.
And if he's going to eventually start dealing damage in these fights, he's going to need a Void Staff because Ashe is picking up Death Stance. She's going to have some MR, and then she'll probably end up getting even more MR later. Now, Summit does manage to dodge there.
Yeah, but still
man.
made brittle, and Rascal has taken about 20 damage, I think. And Summit takes the majority of his health bar. Imagine if a few more abilities had a hit.
Yeah.
Is Kellin going to eat some grey health just to keep himself alive? SANDBOX not going to go in on the Tahm Kench at this point in time. Teleport in as Gen.G's Baron take is discovered immediately, but they're not going to break off because they don't see any reason to. No package here for Fate. As there go the Sand Soldiers. We're going to try and set up. This could be a 50-50 actually, as they're relying on Clid to get that smite, and he is going to be able to do so. Kellin goes golden as well as the Slicing Maelstrom finds the backline, but Kellin just licks him, and he's going to go down as now Ruler still kiting this one out. Root just frontlining at the moment, but does eventually flash to get himself to safety, and Rascal wishes he had another charge on that Ornn as OnFleek. What was that? Rascal getting in on top of Root. He's still alive as Ruler's still trying to kite this one out. Aphelios does get one of the kills, but he's going to die immediately afterwards, and now Kabbie trying to run. Clid has about no health.
Oh!
He doesn't really care. Fate does come in and gets lanterned out as well, and now without Ruler, that is a big deal.
Yeah.
SANDBOX might be able to hold off.
Well, Rascal almost has his ultimate available again, but it does seem like everyone else has gone. Okay, well, Kabbie is not long for the world, as he did come in via the teleport. Now, Corki is alive.
Does a lot of damage too.
Yeah.
The rapid fire cannon now completed.
8,000 gold lead for Gen.G, and now Rascal has ornaments available to him. So probably going to give over Might of the Ruined King to Ashe as the first upgrade. In the Baron play, interestingly enough, it was a sort of 50-50.
OnFleek did get pushed out, but you're right, did make it into the pit.
Tries to go in, he gets lanterned out. Summit trying to do whatever he can, but he gets locked up. And so the Slicing Maelstrom ends up dissipating as Kellin comes out of his stopwatch, and then like you said, he just licked him. Clid made it out onto the left-hand side. And then I thought that Clid would just run top lane immediately and tap the minions, but you see actually comes back into the fight on the minimap.
Oh, but the Devour was still there. And that's why OnFleek couldn't actually find a target.
Yeah. He went back in, but there was no real turning point. Fate does invest his flash in order to turn and kill the Ashe, which very surprising. BDD comes over the wall, does use a control ward to confirm that Thresh is indeed there.
Can confirm that control ward no longer remains on the map. Bit of extra money there for SANDBOX, theoretically.
Amazing.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. 3-man Cataclysm, though, as in goes Fate with the package ruler. Trying to kite this one out. Summit's trying to catch up to him, but he's not able to. Volleys come through to try and slow everyone down as Root is going to be taking a double kill for Clid, as now Summit's desperately trying to get onto Ruler. He should be able to and does lock them down, but Clid has found him. And goodbye, Mr. Kennen. Now Kabbie, I don't know where he's going, but I don't know whether he's going to survive for too much longer, and he's the last man standing. It looked like things were going okay for SANDBOX, but in the end, this bear was just too damn big.
Yeah. And I think they had the end of the game if they just didn't chase.
Oh yeah, potentially.
With the minions, but they ended up chasing. No teleport available now, and they're not going to raise the inhibitor, and that's actually really good. There's no reason to give so much free EXP and gold over. And let's just take a look at what happened. So, nice 3-man Cataclysm. The Corki package, however, not quite as good. And then Ruler and Clid just being backed up here. BDD doing so much damage. Stream of Shuffles, Kabbie, and Summit. And then, they have minions. So if BDD with his Nashor's Tooth just stays, and you let Clid keep chasing them down and denying the recalls, I think there's a chance that you end the game. But they end up playing it super uber safe.
I think that's okay. They get themselves to soul point as well immediately after this. That's a happy Clid.
검거다. 막타. 용이랑.
Arrested.
Oh, because of his policeman.
Yeah.
I get it.
Also picked up the adaptive helm for the Volibear here.
Yeah, he's not taking very much damage in this game. As we also have the Zhonya's Paradox for BDD. A few extra stats. And the Might of the Ruined King, like we were talking about before, is going to be in there. So, ornaments coming down. We're very close to a 10,000 gold lead regardless. But Gen.G are actually far further ahead than that. Than you might think.
Yeah.
Fate does still have a lot of wave clear, so this bottom inhibitor turret is very, very healthy, but it's the mid lane that we're really looking for. As there's the Ornn, we're just looking to try and start a fight here, as that's a double knockup. One of them landing onto Root, that's very important. They buy space to take down the inhibitor turret, but now Summit, he's found the ideal flank, but Devour from Kellin is so damn good. Kabbie has to go gold, and Summit's unfortunately just way too far behind. Doesn't do the damage. There's the flash into the Emperor's Divide, and Gen.G will seal this game. Root's trying to run away, but this time I think Gen.G have got the memo, because they just want to win this one. Clid, the policemen are coming in, and I think Root certainly is going to be arrested. And
200
sent
years.
Immediately to jail.
Got arrested, yeah. Too old, you know? Like,
do not pass go, do not collect 200 years.
Well, Clid is showing us that he's an expert in Monopoly this game.
Oh yeah, he's basically the chance cards that feel like they're always just sending you to jail, directly to jail. As Ruler will take down this Nexus, and it's a swift 2-0, back-to-back.